felt like I was his emotional hostage to the point of where if I don't pay this money, I'm never going to be free of this. I was like hysterical as I was coming to the realization that he was a scammer. Although part of me, because of all of our intense conversations, thought there was a slim chance that he might be real.
Once the relationship is established through trust or romance, the scammer will start asking for money. And it'll bring in some type of emergency situation, maybe some type of crisis, or they want to get out of a contract.
He put constant pressure on me about this money, and it soon consumed our conversations. All of a sudden, every conversation was about this money until I gave it. I needed to take action and take back control of my life. And that's when I hired IFW Global to help me get justice in one way or another. I decided I wanted to start dating again, and it seemed like the normal thing now was online dating. So I picked a site called Plenty of Fish because I had a good friend that met her husband on that site, and he was local. So I felt that this was a reliable site for meeting somebody in the area. And then I saw his profile, and he had a very attractive photo, a couple photos up there, and he was in the area, which I liked. So all those pieces seemed to fit. So I thought, wow, let me reach out to him. So I sent the first message to him.
Mr. Harris asked Frances to take the conversation off the dating website onto a text message platform or emails. Through several weeks, they communicated through emails and text messages. Mr. Harris was telling Frances works for the United Nations, was in a dangerous country. And once he professed his love to Frances, he started saying that he wanted to come get out of his contract with the United Nations and that he would need $25,000 to make travel arrangements and to break his contract with the United Nations.
My reaction when he asked me about the money was I was angry. I was very angry because I felt that, I had my suspicions because there were some contradictions in some of the things that he would say to me, and we had not yet spoken on the phone or anything, and he was asking me for this, basically my life savings. I said to him, I just need to pause a minute and think. And so he gave me that time, but he said if he doesn't provide that money, we're not going to be able to talk as frequently because his chatting privileges by the authorities was going to be limited. He gave me an address to overnight the cashier's check to, and it was to a company that was supposedly supposed to provide safe passage out of the country for him. The name of the company was very unusual to me, so I did ask, I inquired about that. Is this the company that's going to provide you safe passage back to the United States? And he said yes.
When Frances came to IFW for help to recover her money she sent to the scammer, I asked her how she sent the money. The actual address that Frances sent the check to is a residence in an upscale neighborhood north of Atlanta, Georgia. I conducted surveillance on both addresses, the business address and the residence. In this particular case, John told me that he did cash the check and that he did not keep the money, that he gave it to a friend. I told John that he needs to pay the money back to our client.
In bits, like in installments.
How many installments? Like 2?
Yeah, I can do maybe 2 or 3 installments. Is that fine?
Like how long? Like right after each other or what? Because I don't want this dragging out.
Like I can do it one after the other.
And through 4 months, we finally got the full payment back.
Oftentimes, they get people at the bank or customers at the bank who have been scammed like this and report it to their fraud department, hoping they can do something when there's really nothing that they can do. And they said they've never seen any individual customer go out and get their money back. And so she was thrilled for me and wanted to know how I did it. And I explained to her I had hired an IFW investigator to pursue this matter on my behalf. And that's how I was able to get my money back. Many women or many victims, once they have been a victim of a romance scam, go offline. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They decide, I'm done, this was it. And then I thought about, if I did that, then I was still a victim. Over time, I met real men online and told them about this romance scam situation that I was in. And I realized it wasn't just for the women that I came for, it was for the men too, because the men were losing out on probably some great women because they got romance scammed. Now they're offline, now they're never gonna meet these women. So I continued to be on the dating sites for a while, and I have met somebody and have a boyfriend now, so it did work out, and he's real, and so it does work out, but you just have to be careful.